Hello, it's Amber Love, your superhero stylist. Today is September 8th, and I'm bringing you my review of Cable, issue 18. And let me just start by explaining where we left off. We had two different surviving human factions that had to leave the planet because Bishop's ways, he's been destroying the planet, trying to find Hope and destroy her. So he's made the planet completely an unlivable environment, so all of the humans had to leave. So Cable and Hope are with one group while Cable pretends to be Strife, and Bishop is with the other group, and they've all had to leave the planet. And then where this picks up, Cable's ruse as Strife has been completely blown, and he's actually in lockup. So, the narration, I think, is a really cool element of this particular issue because it's primarily being told, it does change, but it's primarily being told from the point of view of young Emil, who, if you don't remember, is Hope's only friend slash first love boyfriend, which brings up my problem with the book is that we never know how old these kids really are. When I read other summaries and reviews and they refer to them as 9 years old, that doesn't seem right for a whole first love scenario, especially considering how the interiors look. The kids look like they're about 16 or 17 years old. And then on the cover, Hope looks like she's 6. So please, artistic team, get it together and figure out how old they are and make it more obvious, or stick a footnote in there. I don't know, do something, but have it make more sense, because otherwise the first love storyline isn't really working for me if these kids are only 6 years old. So that's always been my gripe with the whole Messiah story. Bishop has managed to be one of the greatest survivors of the Marvel Universe just throughout his history, and it's a really great part of who he is. So when I got to the page where young Emil gets the drop on him, I thought, oh my god, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. But then I turned the page, and obviously the kid gets flattened in a heartbeat. What's interesting to me, though, and what I'm taking away from this issue, is how Hope is nothing more than property. And obviously this is not a new thing. In actual real history, people have been property. People still are property, depending where you are in the world. But, I mean, here this is supposed to be some futuristic timeline or alternate dimension, whatever this is supposed to be. And there are 3 male characters. We have Bishop, Cable, and Emil. And they all refer to Hope as my girl. Now, I don't know if it's just that it's a female thing and so she's property, or if it's because the need, just, you know, this overwhelming need for somebody to take ownership of her. But it's really disturbing that it's supposed to be a future time or a different time, and still being treated that way. So, and then by the end of it, you know, not to give too many spoilers away, but by the end of it, there's a whole nother race that wants to own Hope. So, take what you will from that. But anyway, that's just something that bugs me. I realize they did it on purpose, and there's a reason for it. And it just saddens me to think that even in the future, women will be nothing but property for men to fight over. In other news, however, speaking of being owned, you can just call me Miss September from now on, because over at comicimpact.com I'm the September Cosplay Girl of the Month. So thanks to Simon and the staff for that honor. And this weekend I will be at Pittsburgh Comic Con and primarily be hanging out with the guys from Comic Geek Speak, which, is, you know, is my favorite podcast of all time. And hopefully I will be able to help them and not just be a complete pain in the ass. They'll be providing great coverage of the Pittsburgh show. And I will be sharing some time with PKD Media and Ken and Buzz from The Living Corpse, and of course Geek Syndicate, who I plan on just tormenting as much as possible during the weekend. And of course, you know, maybe I'll get to one of these famous Golden Corral places that I keep hearing about. So I'm not sure if there will be reviews for next week. However, I do hope to be part of the Pittsburgh Comic Con coverage. So thanks for watching me this week. Pick up Cable issue 18. And remember to leave your feedback below. Don't forget to subscribe before you log out.